Are you ready to discover the hidden potential within yourself and master yourself with mindful practices? Are you feeling overwhelmed and sometimes frustrated, or you feel like life is passing by and everything is out of control in your life? You're tense and you get frustrated, angry. Mindful practices can be your lifesaver to anchor you into this present moment. The mind chaos with the ripple, when it's like the ripple on a river when the moon is reflecting, obscuring its beauty. So that's like that for you, beloved. So are you feeling overwhelmed also? Sometimes you feel like you don't have mastery over your breath. So the first satsang we talked about was the conscious mindful breathing, which is the most phenomenal gift of mindful practices. And most people are not conscious of their breath. And so today we're going to delve, Shree Devi Mayi Ma, and today we're going to delve deep into the satsang video into different yogic mindful practices that you can practice every day. And what's so beautiful about that, within a few minutes you can get rid of any kind of negative emotion, regain power over your energy, and find the beauty and the joy of living right now, which all what we have is now, because don't you agree? We live life in every moment. We don't live the past, the future is not here. So life is every moment. So if you haven't watched the first video on mindful breathing, I highly suggest you click on the next video at the end here and you watch it. But we'll just go over it very briefly here, just as a freshener for some of you. I've seen it. So the breath is working with the life force energy, and it is a form of pranayama. You can almost say it's a kriya. It becomes a kriya when you put your awareness on your spine, because that's the ultimate secret, is to bring about that life force energy and focusing it with your awareness, your mindfulness, breathing, caressing your spine up and down. And so you'll have more of the technique in the upcoming video. But for now, let's go over all the different mindful. There's about probably 4 or 5 that we're going to cover here. Are you ready? So when you bring, the first one is when you bring yourself to this present moment, anchor into the power of your breath. And Devi Mayi Ma always say, if you don't master your life, your breathing, you cannot master yourself, because this is the most fundamental yogic practices that you can really master. When you master this one, you will see huge transformation in your life, and as a consequence, it will change the direction of your destiny. So with the first one, and I didn't cover that in the first video on this series because it's too many. So when you bring back yourself to this present moment, bring a gatha. A gatha is an incantation. As you're breathing mindfully, closing your eyes, looking upward, allowing your life force energy, putting your full consciousness with your mindful inhale and exhale, and you follow it, caressing your spine. And then you bring this incantation. It can be, I am home now, my home is now. I am calm, I am the Buddha. Stillness is my home now. There are many, you could say, I am here now in this present content, beautiful moment. I am happy right now, content. My favorite one is home is now. It can be anything. It can be I am at peace, I am calm in this perfect moment right now. And then you say it mentally. So that's one first practice. And as you do it mindfully, breathing, following your Merudanda. Remember, we talk about the Merudanda. Merudanda is the spine where the energy travels, the axis from earth to infinity. And I didn't tell you this little story I was going to tell you in the previous video on mindful conscious breathing. When I was in my early 30s, I almost died of an anaphylactic shock reaction to seafood, even though I'm a vegan. But in those days, I was a vegetarian, and there was cross-contamination and in the linguine. And oh my God, this is a long story. It's all in my book, Becoming the Light, Realize Your True Enlightened Nature. But this is where I learned the incredible power of mindful breathing in a big way, because I had an anaphylactic shock reaction to the not chemo, that's later on when I was with advanced breast cancer. I meant for shellfish. I was really highly allergic to shellfish in those days, so any cross-contamination. And I was in my 20s, and I was with my lover at the time, and someone I was deeply in love, and I thought we were going to get married, and we were cozy, holding each other's hand, and right after having dinner, and suddenly my whole face swallowed up, and I couldn't breathe anymore. And they rushed me to emergency hospital. They kept me all night long, and I almost died I couldn't breathe anymore. And they kept me for 24 hours there. And I remember when Ian came and picked me up later on the following day, I was still very swollen. My face, I looked like a monster. And I will never forget when I walk out of the hospital, I look up the sky and I look at the sun, and I was breathing deeply, expressing my gratitude and telling my Creator, how grateful I was for the breath, consciously, and feeling such an inner peace and deep gratitude and joy. It was a miracle that I recovered from this. I was like, when I arrived there at the emergency, my throat was so big, my face, I looked like a monster. And it was just a matter of like, I don't know, a couple of minutes to 5 minutes to calm down. My throat was completely blocked. I couldn't breathe. So I have learned the power of mindful breathing in the most incredible way, and never to take for granted our breath. So the second mindful practice is when you brought yourself present to your conscious mindful breathing with a gatha, you need some reminder, because it's so easy to forget. So here are my secret. I have different statue around the house. Reminder, it can be of the Buddha, it could be of Shiva or Krishna or Jesus Christ, or it could be a gong. I don't have my gong here, but I have several gong around. I don't do it anymore, it's not necessary. But sing the gong. Every time you pass in front of that statue, it is the joy of mindfulness. I call it the joy of mindfulness. You stop, you bow down, you bring yourself back to this present moment, and then you bring your gatha, your incantation, and then you do that several times during the day. every time you stop, Thich Nhat Hanh, with who I talked about in my book, and Becoming the Light, Realize Your True Enlightened Nature. I had the great blessing, honor to be with him in the south of France before he almost left his body after he had an attack, I think it was a neuromism. And he called it the belt of mindfulness. I call it the joy of mindfulness. So, but I will impart to you, I am just this continuation here in that sense, the bell of mindfulness. Each time you hear a bell, what about putting on your iDrop, on your phone, a 30 minutes bell? You could do that, right? Or it can be church bell outside, or when the phone rings, or the joy of mindfulness could be when you are at a red light and there's traffic. Play with yourself like that. Give you a little reminder. Any kind of bell, any kind of sound bring you back. And then you close your eyes. Bring a powerful gatha. I am a divine being of light right now. I am calm. I am home right now in this beautiful moment. I'm content right now. All I need is now. Now is all I need. And you say it mentally. And it could be notes, or it could be images, could be photo. Can be any photo of Ascended Master. It could be a photo of Devi Mayi Ma if you are with Devi Ma on the spiritual path. And so that's the third one. And the fourth one is walking meditation. How many of you know about walking meditation? Walking meditation is a dharana meditation, which means object and subject. And so subject and object. So the object here is your foot. You put your focus, because it's a dharana, meaning that you use the power of your concentration. And samyama is one form. There are many forms of dharana, but walking meditation means you don't talk, you're not thinking. Each time a thought comes, you bring back your attention and your awareness at the bottom of your feet. And you start slowly, baby step. It's the joy of being in the moment. Just think of your cat, maybe if you have a cat, or a child if you have a child. Have you noticed how they are? I mean, I look at our cat Krishna, who is still probably 2 years old, and he's so in such a state of childlike, in a state of wonderment. That's the quality of mindfulness, a state of wonderment. And when you're in a state of wonderment, the present and the future does not exist. You're right here, right now. So walking meditation is like that. Your eyes are open. It's not a dhyana meditation. Dhyana meditation, if there will be an upcoming video on all the different kind of meditations, so stay tuned. You can watch this, and you will learn a lot about the different technique and the different form of meditation, because a lot of people get confused with that. And so dhyana is a complete full of awareness and your eyes are closed. But walking meditation, you put your awareness on your feet, mindfully, gently, you're walking. And each time a thought comes, put back your awareness into your sole of your feet. And you can do it for 5 minutes. It's hard in the beginning. You could do it from your bathroom to the kitchen. And then the best place, I love doing it at the ocean, barefoot. Or you could do it in the garden. Ground yourself on Mother Earth and feel the iron of Mother Earth caressing. And it will become like a love affair. I can tell you, and then start embodying, bring back that quality of childlike in you, in a state of wonderment. I'm always like, I love watching Krishna, how he is outside, always like everything is anew. We can learn so much from children and from animals. Don't you agree, beloved? So what is it for you so far? Any of those techniques you have been practicing, or maybe there are certain, what is your experience so far? Have you ever done any mindful practices? How committed are you? Because that is the most important thing about all mindful practices, to live your life fully and to master your energy and master yourself and to vibrate at a higher energy require practices. And it requires commitment and discipline. So I welcome you to come back and watch that video again in 1 month from now or 2 weeks from now and see how are you practicing, because the more you practice, the more you will gain benefit. If you do it only for 1 day, it's not going to work. And it's to ingrain these practices. And try that. Try walking meditation at the ocean, even if you do it only for 10 minutes in the beginning. Devi Ma loves to go. As a matter of fact, yesterday we were at the ocean. It's been super, super hot here. And was a full hour walking at the ocean. And well, you could do it for a while, and then you can bring a mantra and chant. You can chant mentally or out loud, and that becomes a different kind of meditation. It's a walkful, mindful mantra yoga meditation. So the last one is the most powerful one, beside the breath, the conscious breathing, is the blue flame of awareness. And there's a video coming on that too. And some of you already practicing that who are on the path with Devi Mayi Ma. The blue flame of awareness is on working with the blue pearl. I talk about that also in my book, in depth. It is a mystical experience of the beyond. Every one of us hold the blue pearl within our own being. You could say it's the universal divine light of consciousness. It's a cosmo pack, nuts of everything contained in it. The Creator. I know it's hard to believe it, but so many ascended masters have been talking about the blue pearl for many thousands of years. And like I said, I talk about that in depth in my book. And when you hold this experience of it, it is very significant. It's a very powerful mystical experience. But what I have been receiving in an inner knowing is that blue pearl, you can hold it in a meditation as a flame. Devi Ma says that because it's the blue pearl burn eternally within our own being, in the subtle and etheric body, and no matter which lifetime, it's always there, deep within. It's the deep connection. It's that you hold everything there. Remember, our body temple, our being, I would say, is the microscopic of the macroscopic. And so the blue pearl has everything. So you hold it in your third eye, in the ajna, wherever, how it comes to you, even though you don't see it. And just see a light. And eventually one day you will have the blessing to see it in deep meditation. But the practice here is use your imagination to see it as a blue flame. And as you do that, you mindfully, consciously breathe. Allow the life force energy to go through your spine, and all go up and down and see the blue flame. Even if you do it only for 5 minutes, re-anchor yourself into it within a minute, 3 minutes, extend it 5 minutes, and then you can do it again later on during the day for another 5 minutes. It will cool you. It will bring such an inner peace, tranquility. The words can express, will bring vision, will bring clarity, will bring expansion of consciousness. The more you do it, the better. And it will come to be a true long meditation practices. And when you hold it, you can let go. If you become meditative, you don't even have to use your imagination. It's okay if you don't see it. You're pushing the boundaries of ignorance, and that's what enlightenment is all about, from untruth to truth, darkness to light, ignorance to enlightenment. So the blue flame of awareness, more on that in the next video. So those are really powerful yet subtle mindful practices. And remember, beloved, practice, repetition is the mother of learning, but here is everything, because just imparting those yogic mindful practices are nothing unless you make them yours and you practice them. So that's why I invite you to come back and watch this entire mindful living series again in the coming month. And you can come as long as you want. And so share with your friends and your family if you found it valuable, and share your experiences also, and come back again in a few weeks. Share what has been for you so far, and write your comment right now in the comment section. And thank you for supporting our channel, supporting our work, and stay tuned for the upcoming video on the blue flame of awareness and the mindful, conscious mindful breathing. And the next one, we're going to impart the Sukha Pranayama, very powerful to balance your energy on a daily moment and to bring complete calmness and awareness. And one last benefit I didn't mention about this entire series is also, when the more you practice, one of the benefits is most people, their mind is very agitated, and it creates a lot of beta wave. Remember, that's what you're going to learn in that series with the blue flame of awareness, that whole series on manifesting, with working with the divine alchemy of manifesting, is how mindful practices also and yogic practices bring down and calm down your brain wave from beta wave, which is very fast, agitated wave, to alpha wave, calmer wave. This is where you start feeling inner peace and calm. And even to theta wave in the Siddha Satchit Kriyananda, for example, here that I initiate, which we have one coming up hopefully in this coming December. But feel free to write an email, write your comment, and I'm here for you. And remember, mastering yourself is mastering your energy. And when you master your energy, it's the beginning of a huge transformation into your life and bring about the life that you want. Oh, if you have any question, ask. And I might have forgotten, because it's a lot to impart in one video, is that song.